Hello everyone and welcome to episode 26 of the TEW 2020 Sumac 64 series here on the channel. The UJPW Spinoff series is continuing into the year 2002 as we have our second tour, the SuperHeartStopper tour, our fallout from the Grand Prix, which we'll be seeing in our main event. One third, I guess, rather, of the winning Grand Prix team in the Radical Revolution, taking on the new Junior Heavyweight Champion, as Eddie Guerrero will be taking on Rey Mysterio Jr. And our co-main event is the Tactician Squad of TTS of Shinichi Funaki and Minoru Tanaka, taking on Wild Pegasus and Dean Malenko, a team that has beaten Wild Pegasus and Dean Malenko at our last tag league. So back in December, saw that team pick up the victory, but of course, Wild Pegasus and Dean Malenko are the current Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, and they're looking to keep those belts, and that will be in Fire Pro. Both the main and co-main will be, so it'll be up to that to see who will be the champions walking out of the SuperHeartStopper show. As for the rest of the card, number one contendership matchup for the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles, Koji Kanemoto, Tsuyoshi Kikuchi taking on Vampiro and Damien. So these two teams, they went undefeated in their Grand Prix section in their groups. As far as in the tag teams go, I feel like that's a great chance to see who will be the new tag team contender. As far as feels like that makes a lot of sense. So we'll see how that plays out. And then tag team matchup between Jinsei Shinzaki and Senshi. Making his big kind of show debut. He'll be making his debut actually throughout this tour. But as far as the final show, that's a big time match. The team up with Jinsei Shinzaki taking on Darkseid Hayabusa and Sabu. So we'll have the Temple of Shigoku taking on the Darkseid Defiance. Of course, Shinzaki and Hayabusa were building up to the potential singles matchup, as far as I'm sure we'll be doing that at the March, as far as at the March show. So we'll be seeing how that plays out here in this tag team matchup, because obviously that is a big time match to do. Then Kyoshi Tamura taking on the Super Tiger. As far as obviously we saw Tamura, as far as turn his back and stick the knife in the chest of Super Tiger. Hard to believe that team started during the UJPW series, before they were, it was even before the unification, I guess, well, technically it would be a unification, but just the merger with New Japan and All Japan. That was September of 1992. The start of the save is when we started that team. I believe it was September 1992. Let's actually, we can take a look here, because I just had them be inactive. I believe they're an individual. Yes, September 1992. Hard to believe. That was when they started as a team. All the way throughout the save, pretty much. They've been a team until now, so 10 years in the making as far as from that regard. Pretty crazy. Actually, it's, the titles. Didn't mean the titles, meant the teams. So we'll go ahead and fix that. So next time I'll look at the teams, they'll be active only. But yeah, that is, so that's a big time grudge match. A match that has a lot of history behind it as well. And the opening contest, a trios match, Legend versus the Cosmic Dragon Kings, which will be, as far as Golden King, Super Astro, and Ultimo Dragon. Of course, the former Junior Heavyweight Champion now in the opening contest. But for Legend, of course, a team that just missed out on being in that final slot, as far as being in that Grand Prix final matchup. And for Legend themselves, Sasuke, Liger, and El Samurai, hell of a trio group. Should be a tremendous way to kick off the show, and I am super excited to see how it plays out, as that is the final show. Of course, we'll be there very shortly, and of course, 6 matches on that final show. Just wanted to double check, as of course for the rest of the tour, it will be 5 matches on the tour shows. As far as our first night, we'll have Super Generation Army and Los Bravano on the card, as it's the trio steal the show matchup. So, as far as Koji Kanemoto, Tsuyoshi Kikuchi, and Damien and Vampiro, obviously building up to that tag team matchup of this trios match here. And we'll be seeing La Parca getting the win for Los Bravano over Naomichi Marufuji. Then also Eddie and Chavo versus Blue Demon Jr. and Rey Mysterio Jr. They'll be getting the win over Los Guerreros, with Blue Demon Jr. beating Chavo, as I think that will obviously be a little bit higher on the card. Then Otani with the newest member of TTS, Kiyoshi Tamura. So we see Tamura has joined up with TTS. Feel like that's going to fit very, very well. And we'll see how they, as far as maybe there'll be some chemistry problems or benefits. Hopefully on the benefit side. Then a tag team matchup as well on the card. Blonde Bombers versus Linsanity of Sean Waltman and Jerry Lynn. As Candido will be beating Sean Waltman. So a Gaijin tag match. As far as we'll off that. And then our final matchup as far as building up to the Temple of Shigoku and Darkside Defiance matchup as Adaka and Fujita will be beating the Darkside Defiance team as Akuda Adaka will be beating Sabu. A nice win for them as well, and I think we'll put that right there. So yeah, Super Generation Army, Los Bravano, the trios match will be the co-main. Wow, we're going to have to change the time on this. Wow, so we already had a 2-hour show, so just bump it down to an hour 30. Kind of crazy. But yeah, not a whole lot of time invested into this night. Just, a couple of 10, 13, I guess 12, 13 minutes if you want to add in the entrance time. But should be a good little show as far as to help get a lot of those guys are not going to be on that final show booked on this tour. It's kind of the big thing for this. Don't think we'll be running Kanto. Obviously, we'll try to save that for the final night. As yeah, we've pretty much ran everywhere. So I think we gotta just start off in Chubu, which just seems like that's the kind of best case scenario for it. So yeah, we'll run the Toyashi General Gymnasium here. For night 1. It's the 67th day opener. So yeah, Otani and Tamura. 63-73 there for one of the best trios now. An actual unit as far as expanding their horizons and getting a 4th member. And a man that I think just fits right in with TTS. They beat Kazuya Masaki and Super Tiger in 18-26 with Otani getting the springboard dropkick over Kazuya Masaki. And a 76 for the Blonde Bombers versus Jerry Lynn and Sean Waltman. Yeah, Blonde Bombers, great little team. Get the win with Blonde Bombshell over Sean Waltman. This Chris Candido. A double eel hook for Hakuda Daka over Sabu. And damn, they were the better team. So shout out the young guns of the fucking Temple of Shigoku. I mean, the Daka with the 58, best guy in the match. So good for him. Great win. And a good little match as an 80 for the trios matchup between Super Generation Army and Los Bravano. The Skull Bomb from La Park over Naomichi Marufuji in 10:05. So yeah, La Park outperformed Marufuji, and then Los Bravano outperformed Kikuchi and Genemoto. So right team won there. And then 80 for our main event as well, as Blue Demon Jr. and Rey Mysterio Jr. beating Los Guerreros. Obviously, everybody doing pretty much the same. Eddie and Rey, just a couple point difference there. And then Chavo, much, much worse than Blue Demon Jr. here. He was the weak link of the match, but a Scorpion Deathlock for Blue Demon Jr. getting the submission victory. 1932 over Chavo Jr. And not a bad. We probably could have swapped these two matches out, but that's alright. Other than that, pretty good show. Pretty good show for what we were wanting out of that. It's on to night 2. Here we go. Alrighty, day 2. As far as there's 4 nights on this tour, and then obviously the final show. So we're almost already halfway through the tour already. As for this night, we get a couple of singles matches. As for Legend and the Cosmic Dragon Kings, as far as Golden King and Scorpio, and then Sasuke and Dragon Kid. Also going to have a big trios match as far as this is going to be the main. So basically taking the 2 title matches on the final night, putting them into 1. Usually we wait till it's like the last day of the tour for something like this, but I felt like this was a good time to do it. As Eddie will be beating the Junior Heavyweight Champion, Rey Mysterio Jr. So what a win for Eddie going into the final match. Then El Samurai and Jushin Liger vs. Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro, which is a hell of a co-main event. This would probably be a main event anywhere else but here on this night, as far as Ultimo Dragon beating El Samurai as well. Then we'll have the Golden King Scorpio match here, which Scorpio will win. Then Otani and Kiyoshi Tamura. This is the technical match class matchup taking on Shudo, Super Tiger, and Nuki Sano. So again, as far as basically that kind of same type of match we just had on night 1, but this time Nuki Sano being added to the matchup, but it still doesn't matter. As Otani and Kiyoshi Tamura will be getting the win. In the Steel Trip matchup as Dragon Kid and the Great Sasuke, which obviously Sasuke won, but what a fun match though. So I was between those two. So the two singles matches back to back. You have the opener with the Technical Masterclass matchup, and as far as we just gotta pick a venue, which part of me wants to run the other 1,400 seated place, the Nagoya Congress Center, for this one. I think, yeah, that's what we'll do. So let's run it. Here's an opener. Gets a 71. Yeah, Super Tiger with a 39. Pretty brutal. Nuki Sano and Shinjiro Otani did and the same with 73, and then 62 for Tamura. The Guji with the Juji Katame for Kiyoshi Tamura over Super Tiger. Smushitoku Driver from the Great Sasuke over Dragon Kid. Pretty close, actually. A lot closer than I thought it was going to be. I thought Sasuke was going to wipe the floor with him, but, Dragon Kid 16 points below him. Not too terrible, to be honest. 76 for Two Cold Scorpio and Golden King. Scorpio Splash from Two Cold Scorpio over the Golden King. And then our co-main event, we see Ultimo Dragon and Super Astro beat El Samurai in Jushin Liger's Dragon with the Dragon Sleeper over El Samurai. Great win for the former Junior Heavyweight Champion, but a great win for Astro and Ultimo Dragon as well overall. And yeah, good stuff there. As our main event, a 95 Radical Revolution versus the trio of Rey Mysterio Jr. and TTS. So the Radical Revolution will be getting the win, of course, with Eddie with the Frog Splash over Rey Mysterio Jr., which Rey, best guy on his side, which is kind of crazy. Didn't think that was going to happen. Great performance overall. Fun match, though. Fun trio match. And, yeah, great tour show. Definitely blew the first one out of the water, that main and co-main. Overall, great show. Probably will be the best tour show of the tour itself. We'll see if that will be correct. Here's on to night 3. We go. Alrighty, so I actually misspoke earlier. I was thinking it was 4 nights as far as, 4 tour shows and then the final show, but it's actually 4 nights as far as 3 tour shows and then the final show. So this is actually the final tour show before we get to the actual final show. And so this is a go-home show, if you will, for the final show. We're going to have a main event of TTS and Radical Revolution 8-man tag. We're going to have all of, obviously, TTS for the first time against the Radical Revolution, which Kiyoshi Tamura will be beating Chavo Guerrero Jr. So it's interesting that as far as this is obviously kind of more of a tag team program as far as the build-up between Funaki and Tanaka against Dean, Malenko, and Wild Pegasus, but this is a great matchup to see how TTS are going to do in a big-time matchup like that. We're also going to have as our co-main event the Golden Cosmic Kings versus Jushin Liger and El Samurai, which will be another 20-minute matchup as Liger will be beating the Golden King. And then the match before that will be another kind of Legend Cosmic Dragon Kings matchup, as it's going to be Legend versus the Dragons of Ultimo Dragon and Dragon Kid. And Scorpio will be beating Dragon Kid. So a clean sweep for Legend here tonight. And then the Blonde Bombers versus the World Class Tag Team, which Jado and Geto will get the win over Chris Candido and Chris Jericho. Hell of a win and a hell of an upset there. Don't think anyone would have probably saw that coming. Then Dr. Wagner Jr. will be beating Lance Storm in the opening contest, which should be a great little technical masterclass matchup. So again, we've had a pretty quick turnaround from the Grand Prix to this tour. And we'll be running the Dreamies here for our final tour show here for night 3. As we're all set, ready to go. Let's run it. 81 for the opener. Lance Storm losing to Dr. Wagner Jr. Hell of a matchup, though. Both guys in the 70s. Actually, a slight upset with Lance Storm outperforming him. But yeah, that's a solid little matchup there. 77. The Bomb Bombers versus Jado and Geto. A huge upset here again, like we said. As Jado, 62, 59 for Geto. Jericho with an 80, 74 for Chris Candido. Yeah, kind of crazy. Kind of crazy to have them win, but felt like they needed it. It's also about Dragon and Dragon Kid losing to Two Cold Scorpio and the Great Sasuke. Pretty close, actually. Just, as far as Dragon Kid, just 11 points behind Scorpio. As Scorpio with the Scorpio Splash of a Dragon Kid as well in 10 minutes. It's 84 for the co-main. And Samurai and Liger beating the Golden Cosmic Kings as Jushin Liger with a Brainbuster victory over the Golden King. So 82 for Super Astro, 64 for Golden King, 84 for Jushin Liger, and a 78 rather for El Samurai. So obviously the better team getting the win here as well. And our main event at 86 8-man tag. Very, very pleased with that. Because obviously, we knew, like, Wild Pegasus, Dean Malenko, and Eddie were going to do well, but I did not expect an 86 from this matchup, as tomorrow with the Shuji Katame again in 2003, so we've seen him get a couple of wins with that throughout this tour, and he's been a pretty good addition. He's been a step behind TTS, but he's got some room to improve, obviously, and I think him being the kind of the fourth person, rather, in TTS, I think that's a good fit so far, and so far, at least he hasn't any negative chemistry or anything like that, and solid 8-man matchup. The challengers getting the win over the champions as well, as far as for, Tanaka and Funaki. We'll see how, of course, those matches play out in Fire Pro, because that will be next, as far as our final show for the SuperHeartStopper Tour. Alright, so before we get started, as you could see, there's been some changes. So, big fuck up on my part. I had assumed, I don't know why I was thinking this, but I had thought we had the winners of the Real World Tag League and El Samurai and Jushin Liger already face off with Dean Malenko and Wild Pegasus. However, that has not happened yet, and obviously it would not make sense to do TTS against Wild Pegasus and Dean Malenko. So what we have done is basically switch the spots of TTS and Legend. So the opening contest for SuperHeartStopper was supposed to be, Legend, Cosmic Dragon Kings, but now it is TTS of Shinjiro Otani, Minoru Tanaka, Shinichi Funaki against the Cosmic Dragon Kings will not change. So, we've had a change of that, and that's it, as far as from that regard. So, it does suck that literally a lot of the kind of build-up to this show is now kind of odd, because, having TTS take on, Radical Revolution, obviously that was very much a big oof, but to look on the bright side, at least now we corrected it before it happened, because that could have been real bad. But we're here for the co-main event, the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles on the line between these two teams, and this should be a banger, though. Should be. And so, we'll get right on into it here. So, Samurai and Liger, the winners of this tag league that just passed, 2001 Junior Heavyweight Tag League winners. As far as with El Samurai and Liger, this would be, if they do in fact beat the Radical Revolution here tonight, this would be their third time as Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. The first time since 1997, though, so this would be the first time in Supermax 64. And then for Wild Pegasus and Dean Malenko. Of course, right now, as far as their second reign, first one came a long time ago, as far as it was, I believe, they were the first ever Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. So, they have history, because also the first reign for the other team is El Samurai and Jushin Liger, who they beat on the October Giant Series in 1995. A fucking tombstone pile driver to start this one off. What a start. As a suplex lands on his feet, does El Samurai. What a crazy start to this one. Snap suplex. SuperHeartStopper, of course, a very, very fun show. At least we try to make it a fun show. To the best of our ability, I would say. We should have a fun little show, though. At least a snapmare, rather. But I said snap suplex. Snapmare into a chin lock. Nothing going on, though, is Malenko trying to hook up with El Samurai, but not Samurai with a body slam into a senton. We got a Dragon Screw leg whip now. Well, off the ropes. Runs him right on over. Tough break there. Deep hook of the leg. Not happening, though. Lands on his feet. This time, though, plants him with the suplex. Tags in Wild Pegasus now. Off the ropes. Just running into each other now. So we might have something going, but no. And now in comes Liger. Liger and Wild Pegasus. Trading off, it's hard to believe, the Junior Heavyweight title matchup between Wild Pegasus and Jushin Liger as far as the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title has happened, of course. That was in 1990. Fucking 12 years ago by this time. Kinda crazy. It's a headbutt from Wild Pegasus. Already 2 minutes into the matchup, though. Two men. Alright, these two junior heavyweights have their history, for sure. It's kind of crazy, though, that Wild Pegasus was never a junior heavyweight champion in UJPW, though. That might change here, though. He might be a Supermax 64 junior heavyweight champion before we know it. Now, but Liger, he's got his strategy. Keeping Wild Pegasus down on the mat. Trying to take away the power and the strength. What a fucking right hand, though. And then a lariat. Tagging in. Dean Malenko tagging in. El Samurai. Here we go. Back again with the suplexes again. Lands on his feet. Nice trip. Into a snapmare. Another chin lock. Oh, another suplex. That walking vertical suplex that Dean Malenko loves to do. Nice hook of the legs again. And again, only a 1 count. Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker from El Samurai. Well, go behind here. Yeah, countered by Malenko. Russian leg sweep. Dragging him out of the ropes. So we're going to see from the champions. Byron's Curry takeover. Dean's going to pick him up. Another snapmare and into another chinlock. So Wild Pegasus and Dean Malenko, they have beaten him not once but twice last year. Last time El Samurai and Liger beat Dean Malenko and Wild Pegasus was the 2000 Junior Heavyweight Tag League. So right now, Wild Pegasus and Dean Malenko, they have the advantage in Supermax 64. And it's hard to believe, the first ever tag team match between these two teams. The 1995 Grand Champion Carnival. So that was during the merger. Actually, that was pretty much the pre-merger. Yeah, that was the final tour before the merger. Because then, I believe, the Super Power Series, it was the All Japan, New Japan Power Series. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Side headlock from Liger. Getting deep. Already 5 minutes, though, into the matchup. On the left hand here from Wild Pegasus. Now, kick from Liger. Liger trying to get back control of this matchup. What a deep Boston Crab from Wild Pegasus. Knee to the on the back, really torquing the upper back on that when you drive your knee into him like that. Left hand chops, right hands. And Wild Pegasus gets the better of it. And he's going to tag in Malenko. And into the challenging corner. Oh, missed with the Shote, though. Malenko. Another suplex. A walking vertical suplex. Liger tags out to Samurai again with the chin lock. After the snapmare. Oh, Tombstone. Hits it. Crazy how that's how we started this match off. The counter of that tombstone into a tombstone of his own. The amount of suplexes we have seen. Pretty crazy. Another senton. And then comes Wild Pegasus. Go behind. Angle back suplex. Wild Pegasus is looking good. Looks like a man who wants to keep these belts. Could be a perfect night for Radical Revolution if we see Eddie winning our main event. And we obviously see Radical Revolution retain these belts. On a tombstone again. This time on the Wild Pegasus, going to drag him out of the ropes. Oh, key lock. Thought it was going to be a cover for a second. Samurai trying to make the tag, he does. In comes Liger. Off the ropes. Runs into the back elbow. Got him with a move in the corner. Never mind. Dean Malenko and Wild Pegasus might be in trouble here with a DDT from Wild Pegasus. Now Liger gets a backbreaker. Headbutts now. Snap suplex from Liger. And he covers him. Doesn't look the leg. Might have cost him at least another second or so. Both men tagging out. Two men in. Dean Malenko and El Samurai looking for potential move off the top rope here. Oh, it's Dean Malenko with a counter and a flying knee off the top. Pretty remarkable. Didn't expect that at all from Malenko. As now, Samurai back, trying to get back in control. Single leg Boston Crab. He's gonna get out of it though. Oh, Jawbreaker. Into a Rana. Hooks the legs. And only a 2 count. Oh, El Samurai now. Oh my god. What a power bomb. Drove him through the goddamn mat with that one. That was crazy. Is that... Oh, nice knee. Onto the knee. Dropped it right down and working on the leg. Oh, what a kind of flying lariat. Oh, Samurai. Again with that Samurai bomb. Tough. Only a 2 count, though. Just barely kicked out the Dean Malenko. And there's a chop. Then comes Liger. Tests his strength. Oh, Wild Pegasus. It's out of it, though. Northern Light suplex with a bridge. Almost it. 2 count again. I'm going to cover him. Now only a 1 count. Thank God. I was hoping that wasn't going to be the finish. Both in trading chaps and right hands. Oh, Liger firing up. Shote! Dropped him with it. Now we're at the 10-minute mark already. So a great time for this match to at least get a good bit of time. Oh, here comes Liger Bomb. Oh, just a regular power bomb. Into a figure 4. Wild Pegasus might be in trouble here. Oh, no, gets out of it. Off the ropes. Oh, what a Luthez press. Legit Luthez press. Not even with the right hands. Just pressed him over him. And there's a Shote. Liger now off the ropes. Another Shote. Jesus Christ. Oh, these fucking palm strikes now. He is fucking up. Wild Pegasus says this is it. Maybe another Shote. It is. Pick him up. Oh, I thought I was maybe going to go for a power bomb. Chopping away. Dean Malenko tagged in now. Wild Pegasus said, I have had enough. Tagging out. Oh, Tiger Driver. Covers him. Oh, no. A walking suplex again. Malenko now. German suplex with beautiful bridge. Could be it. It is. Fantastic. We'll make it 31 minutes. Dean Malenko getting the win, retaining here. 3 straight victories over Wild Pegasus. Oh, over, Jushin Liger and El Samurai for Dean Malenko and Wild Pegasus. Jesus Christ. Easy for me to say. So now our main event. At least this stays the same. Rey Mysterio Jr. Which, we did get a new Rey Mysterio Jr. We got one that's kind of more in the 2002, 2003 era. I'm gonna go with the red. Actually, what other ones we got? Yeah, just the white and the silver. I was hoping for the gold again, but no one's got it. Now, of course, the Radical Revolution of Eddie Guerrero, which we're gonna go with this Eddie. Boy, oh boy. Hopefully it's a banger. Hopefully. As Red Shoes is our referee for this one. Just want to make sure all that's good. This should be a hell of a match. Again, this could be a major night for Radical Revolution if Eddie does in fact beat Rey Mysterio Jr. Now, we've had no singles matches yet in the save between these two men. Obviously, we know that they have put on some magical performances. Of course, Halloween Havoc 97 to be at the top of the list. They've wrestled at a WrestleMania. They have wrestled for custody over a person. They have done a whole lot of their careers. But here in the save, they wrestled for the first time here in 2002. It's Rey Mysterio Jr., of course, because this is an edit from time in WWE. It's just SMS Rey Mysterio with the Y instead of the I. And no Jr., of course, but here we go. Eddie already. Some uppercuts. He knows how to get this win. Fist with the lariat. Like with a wrist lock. Thought Rey was maybe going to get out of it. And a drop to hold from Eddie Guerrero. Now both men thought they were going to trade some strikes, but he just body slamming him away. Another wrist lock. Boy, Ray's in trouble. DDT there. Up. Eddie goes. See, Ray sends him off the ropes. Spiked him with the Rana. Jesus. Big chop there from Eddie. No body slam from Rey Mysterio now. As Mysterio off the ropes. A nice snap suplex. Or snap suplex. Jesus Christ. A nice arm drag. Not sure where my mind was at. Got a leg lock here. So, yeah, I mean, obviously with the Rey Mysterio edit, you know, this is a fresh one. We haven't seen how he can do. Obviously, the previous one won the goddamn title. So, we know, at least on that perspective, the type of talent that has. We'll see if this one can answer the call. What a Uranagi from Eddie Guerrero. And he is just a fucking force in there right now. But these Ranas have been spiking Eddie right on his fucking head. I'm going to fall away slam from Eddie Guerrero here. Let's see what he's got cooking up next. Going to go for a cover. It's a 1 count. So he's already working closer to that junior heavyweight title. Of course, this would be for Eddie. You know, he's had some single success in the past. He's won the Best of the Juniors. He's won the J Crown. He's won junior heavyweight title. He's been a junior heavyweight tag team champion. And, of course, he won the Grand Prix now just last month with Dean and Wild Pegasus. So he's almost... I mean, yeah, he's done it all, pretty much, besides won the junior heavyweight tag league. If he could do that, he will have done everything. And there's a standing moonsault from Rey Mysterio. Doesn't get it, though. Gory special here. Maybe going for it again? Oh, no, regular powerbomb. It gets counted with a Hurricane Rana. Only a 1 count. Rolls him over, goes to the cover. Only a 1 count. So, all right now. Send him off the ropes. Rana again. Only a 1 count. Snapmare. Love that little, as far as Eddie, just really not showing any type of respect to Rey Mysterio and playing some of the brainbuster. You know, potentially maybe, you know, tearing away the mask by doing that, by, you know, rubbing his heel onto the top of the forehead. Powerbomb with a stacked pin. Only a 2 count, though. Yeah, Rey's in trouble. He is in trouble, but he's going to try to make a comeback. Absolutely a fighting champion. Gets run over, though. Went for the Rana. Maybe went for it one too many times. Maybe a frog splash. He hits it. It's in the ropes, though. Don't know if that was going to be it, but that would have been a hell of a way to win the belt. And another frog splash. And again in the ropes. 2 frog splashes already into a... Oh, I love this fucking... That kind of tilt-a-whirl powerbomb, as I used to call it. I don't know if it ever had a name for it or anything. Or even an airplane spin powerbomb. Maybe goes for it again here. Oh, the gory special. Somehow in the ropes. I think referee Red Shoes is being a little... Just a little lenient with those. And there's a flapjack into another powerbomb. Oh, gets countered with a Rana. But Rey's in trouble. He's been getting fucked up for sure. Maybe another... Yeah, another... Oh, this time. The Black Tiger powerbomb, and he wins it in 5 fucking minutes. Ran through him, did Eddie Guerrero. We'll just clock 20 minutes onto that. What a performance in a new junior heavyweight champion. I mean, that's the long list of title changes already for that junior heavyweight title, thanks to Fire Pro and whatnot, but literally since Jinsei Shinzaki, and even before that, I think the last time someone's had more than, like, 1 defense, you have to go all the way back to pre-Supermax 64. Crazy. Crazy. Yeah, 14 days is all it took for Rey Mysterio Jr. as he loses there in 5 minutes. So now... From Fire Pro, we go to TEW. We'll be in the Tokyo Dome for this one. As, yeah, we're going to run the show. As we switch over now, here we go, the opening contest. A 93 now with TTS and the Cosmic Dragon Kings. Shinjiro Otani with a Cobra Clutch over Golden King in 21:55. So they get a win, and now we'll be seeing at the March show, we'll be seeing TTS have a junior heavyweight tag team title matchup here. And maybe we'll do Otani and Eddie. Maybe, we'll see. But yeah, Golden King losing the Cobra Clutch. Just good stuff there. And yeah, they were the better team. Got the strong start, though. And at 63, from Kyoshi Demora beating Super Tiger afterwards. Rips the mask. He's been ripping at the mask throughout the match and finally just rips right on through it and holds it up high. Super Tiger goes to the back, blanketed, and that's pretty much it for Super Tiger. I think now it'll be more of a backstage role. I mean, Satoru Sayama, of course, a legend. It's kind of crazy we let him work for this long, but now it's definitely time to hang it up, be more of a backstage hand. 75 for Jinsei Shinzaki in Senshi. I thought we had booked Senshi to have more matches throughout the tour. We did not. Pretty good start, though. A 49's not bad. And, of course, he's just, debuted as Senshi as the gimmick as well, because obviously that's just, warrior. And Jinsei Shinzaki, though, gets the win with the Koyotoshi over Sabu, and we'll definitely be having something, come March here as far as the Super Shamrock Showdown is going to be pretty crazy. Of course, we'll have the match, but then we'll have the Super Shamrock Showdown match before that 6-leaf clover. But we'll be having, I'm sure, Darkside Ibusa and Jinsei Shinzaki in a bit of a bloodbath. Maybe a March Massacre match, we'll call it. Basically, be like guerrilla warfare. That's kind of the idea. But yeah, the 75 and 89 for Tsuyoshi Kikuchi and Koji Kanemoto against Damien and Vampiro. Kanemoto with the Moonsault in 22:09. Great performance from Kanemoto and Kikuchi, and they looked good. So now, instead of it being a number 1 contendership matchup, it's more like a number 2 contendership matchup for them, as we'll see. And our 98 for the co-main event, Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title matchup, as Samurai and Liger losing to Wild Pegasus and Malenko. What a performance, though, for those two men. Texas Cloverleaf picking up the win for Malenko in 31:09 as their first defense. Of course, our main event, and a 99. Eddie Guerrero beats Rey Mysterio Jr. with a frog splash in 24 minutes. What a performance from both men. Obviously, they have great chemistry. Figured that was going to happen, and we have a new champion and a proud champion in Eddie Guerrero for the second time. Great performance from him, and that was a hell of a show. It's really, really good. Great co-main and main. Radical Revolution, man, they are in control as far as they are steering the ship. And we'll put over Kanemoto and Kikuchi for their great performance, and trying to think who else. I give Tamura some love. I mean, he's only the come up, praise him for a great performance. Try to get his, get some popularity. Maybe get some positive morale for him. But yeah, 96, great show, great main event, great co-main event, and that will do it for the SuperHeartStopper tour. And for this episode, thank you all for watching. As for our next episode, of course, it is the Super Shamrock Showdown. One-time show. It's no tour shows. We get there, and we see how it all plays out come March. Should be exciting, though. We're going to have our Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title matchup already set with TTS and Dean Malenko and Wild Pegasus. We'll be seeing the Super Shamrock Showdown matchup. We'll probably try and get a Junior Heavyweight title matchup in there, too. We'll see. Really just kind of depends on how everything flows, as we will catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.